Counter-Strike 2 Utility Guide. First thing to understand is that your player velocity affects how your grenade is thrown. If you're doing a forward run throw and you accidentally tap A, it's gonna go left. Even when you move backwards, it'll take velocity from the grenade and make it go a shorter distance or even behind you. You could do a jump throw by throwing your grenade at the peak of your jump and you'll hear your character do a grunt sound when you've done it right. Left click does an overhand throw and right click does an underhand throw. Holding both does a throw in between them. I don't recommend the in between throw as it's much better just to use the left click throw. It's also inconsistent because if you hold left click and then tap right click, it'll do a really weird throw. Spend some time in the practice mode to get the hang of it if you're having some trouble. Even just a little bit of practice can help you drastically. The high explosive grenade costs $300 on both sides and will do 98 damage on an unarmored enemy at their feet. If you hit the enemy with the grenade, it'll do 2 damage, allowing you to kill an unarmored enemy with just a grenade. Armor reduces all the damage from the grenade by 40%. When the grenade explodes, it leaves a cloud of dust behind that can act like a mini smoke grenade. The best way to use the grenades are to finish enemies you tagged, weaken the enemy when they're rushing you, and deterring enemies who may be rushing you. With a bit of coordination, you can also nade stack to try to kill some rushing enemies. Smokes cost $300 and are a very useful utility. 1 or 2 well-placed smokes can easily take a bomb site. A smoke grenade will only go off once it comes to a stop, and when it does, it lasts 21 seconds. Smokes will fill the surrounding area and can be dispersed using bullets or a well-placed grenade. When you walk through a smoke, the enemy will see your gun and player model before you could see them. So don't run through a smoke unless you have a pop flash or a team rushing behind you. The best ways to use smokes are to cut off lines of sight to take bomb sites, using them as walls to peek enemies one at a time, or to stop enemies from pushing. Take some time in practice mode with the grenade camera to learn some useful smokes so you could throw from cover. Flashbangs cost $200. They explode after a set time and flash anyone who's looking in the direction of it. Try not to flash your teammates or call out the flash so that your teammates can look away. Flashes combo well with smoke since the enemies won't see the flash grenade inside the smoke. The best way to use flashes are to help your teammates peek or push forward, and pop flashes. A pop flash is when the flash grenade goes off right when the enemy can see it. The easiest way to pop flash is to look up while holding right click, move forward a little bit and then let go. Then when it's about to go off, make sure you push out running backwards so you don't get blinded. Molotovs cost $400 and the CT side incendiary grenade costs $600. The only difference I found is when you throw the incendiary grenade, it takes longer to switch back to your weapon after you throw it. They only explode when they hit a walkable surface and will bounce off of everything else. They'll explode midair if they don't hit the ground in 2 seconds, and if it explodes more than 64 units above the ground, there will be no fire. The fire lasts 7 seconds and the starting damage is 1, but the longer you stay in it, you can go up to 8 damage per hit, doing about 40 damage per second. If you throw multiple Molotovs or incendiaries on top of each other, the damage will stack. You could put out the fire with a smoke grenade if you cover more than 1/3 of the fire with smoke. The best ways to use the Molotov and incendiary are to clear camping spots, cut off choke points or rushes, and to replace smokes when they go away. Decoy grenades are $50 and do next to nothing. They look like flashes, so in higher level play you could throw it and hopefully make an enemy look away thinking it's a flash, and when they go off they do 5 damage to enemies, play the gunshot sound of your primary weapon, and they'll show a red dot on the minimap for 15 seconds. Decoys are best used with smokes to confuse enemies about your whereabouts, faking flash grenades, and pushing sights to confuse the enemies which gunshots are real. If you like this style of video, leave a like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.